Triumph is hitting back in 2017 with an all-new retro weapon in the Street Scrambler. Powered by the same 900cc Bonneville parallel twin and sharing much of the same chassis components as the Street Twin and the Street Cup, but with switchable traction control and ABS, the Street Scrambler is the first major revision of a bike that debuted back in 2006, way before the likes of Ducati and BMW and Moto Guzzi came out with their interpretations of a Scrambler. So how does it go? We headed to Spain to find out.
Well, actually, really bloody good, and I'm really stoked to say that because Triumph effectively invented what we now know as the Scrambler range back in 2006. I mean, everyone's building them now. All the cool kids are doing them. The Ducati, BMW, Yamaha, Moto Guzzi, they're all building Scramblers, but Triumph, they were the first to come out with it. I mean, people have been building Triumph Scramblers since God was a boy. I mean, and they're actually pretty practical too. You know, you can have one of these things go off-road if you want, but you can never see a bloody dirt road in your life, and this thing will still be fine. I mean, it's got a really, really lovely riding position. It's exactly the old school style that you want. It almost feels like you're sitting on a push bike in a way. That seat is brilliant too. We had 120 odd miles today, and it's really one of the best seats that I've sampled in quite a while. You can get a flat seat as well as part of the Triumph accessory range. I mean, unless you're gonna, I would put it on if you want to have something that looks different, but effectively if you just want to ride and want something comfortable, that thing's really, really good. The engine's brand new. The engine is part of the Street, I suppose the Street Twin range. So you have the Street Twin, you have the Street Cup, cafe racer style thing, and you've got the new Scrambler here as well. Now that engine is an absolute marvel. I'm really, really impressed with that. It's so smooth. I mean, I've ridden a lot of Thruxtons back in the day, and they're good things, but this thing is a real step forward. Particularly when you're sort of sitting at 50, 60 mile an hour, fifth gear, only 5 gears, not 6 for this thing. When you're sitting at sort of 60 odd mile an hour, it feels wonderful. The suspension complements that as well. It's fairly soft, it's nice and compliant. It'll soak up any decent sized corrugation in the road that you throw at it. Go with chucking it over jumps and things like that. That's going to test the limits of the suspension pretty quickly. But I think I would have liked a bit more braking out of this bike. These Nissan calipers, they're okay, but they don't have enough bite for my liking. Particularly on the road, I'd like a 4-piston caliper just to give it a bit more stopping power. But it sort of reminds you not to thrash these things. You know, these things are not designed to go throwing hardcore through canyons or anything like that. They're about cruising around with your mates and maybe put the missus on the back or the mister or whatever tickles your fancy, and go for a bit of a spin off and you know, get off the road. I mean, that's what scrambling is. Scrambling is about getting off road. You can have it as a style exercise and never see a dirt road in your life, but you've got to be able to take these things off road. And for that, this thing's really, really good. It's lost a lot of weight from the previous generation bike. Effectively, it's made it a bit more of a ready-made weapon for getting out there and exploring. I mean, these things will take you pretty much anywhere that a decent-sized adventure bike will. But I mean, the styling's great, the engine's great, the gearbox is really good. It's got a nice light feel at the clutch as well. It doesn't have a slipper clutch, it's got an assist clutch, which means the lever pulls nice and light. But it's pretty hard not to like this thing. They've done an excellent job with it. And like a lot of things that Triumph are doing these days, they're really firing on all cylinders. The 2 and 3 cylinder range is really kicking some ass right now. So yeah, this thing's a really cool bike, and I'm really looking forward to throwing this one up against our current king in the Ducati Scrambler. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, a lovely bike from Triumph. They've done a really good job.